And we're going. Okay.
Yes, the Pelakkalakkalakkalakka worm.
Yes. Pelakkalakkalakkalakkalakkalakka worm. Pelakka worm is a great card, and we will hope to see him today.
But of course, if we see other cards, we might end up picking those.
Right, there are other cards too, and a good number of them.
There's some.
But yeah,
In
so
Rise of the Eldrazi.
Earlier last week we did Cube, and the packs we got for that were Rise of the Eldrazi. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We've got some drafting to do of an old format.
Yeah, it's the Rise Revival.
Yeah.
You're bringing it back around. Battle Cruiser Magic from 2010, which baffles me, by the way. That was the stated goal of their set or whatever, to make Battle Cruiser Magic, but it just ended up being a hot mess with all this shit in it and like auras and like what's going on?
I mean, it was you could do Battle Cruiser Magic, which was different. Like Ulamog's Crusher at common means that deck, and the way the removal is set up in the format means you can play slower. You can play a slower deck and it'll work.
Yeah.
Of course, you can also play a blazing fast deck with like venerated
Yeah.
features and
what a Kiln Fiend Distortion Strike Stagger Cock. Just like, oh,
whoops.
gee, I guess that's available. You freaking morons! Like these battle cruisers have a critical weakness. I think I could see it. It's the garbage.
I found the exhaust port. We'll throw a Kiln Fiend. At it.
No lie, back when I really did draft this, Kiln Fiend was so completely overdrafted that no one ever had a Kiln Fiend deck. It was embarrassing.
I ran into the deck specifically once in Limited, and it was like a hell of a deck.
Yeah, I mean, basically everything in Rise of the Eldrazi is completely dumb until it crushes you. And then it's still dumb, but you've lost.
I have only one hope going in here, and that is that we open a Mythic Eldrazi.
Oh, well, that would be nice too. Two of them are usable.
I'd play all three.
Okay, you are a fiend. We've opened Gigantomancer instead.
The Gigantomancer. Gigantomancer's a cool creature. He's giant. He makes all your other guys giant. This set has a lot of... it doesn't look like there's any to show off in this pack specifically, but there's a number of tokens.
Yeah, black, red, and green all get Eldrazi spawn. That said, this pack also has Forked Bolt in it. Okay, fine.
It's real.
As far as, like, 8 mana creatures in this set go, Gigantomancer is one of the worst.
I wouldn't say worst. I mean, I'm looking at the worst Gigantomancer right here. I really don't like him.
See, that is a 9 mana.
I know it's not. Look,
so I am not technically.
Look, just because everything has to compare to Ulamog's Crusher.
Yes, basically. But anyway, this sets us up for picking spawn highly and early, so that's not bad. I mean, if you want to see Gigantomancer first, if anywhere, I think.
Right. So we can see where this leads. Looks like a rare that's not very... Oh, hey! Here's a man I love.
Beastbreaker of Balaged. Well, okay, that's something else to ramp into. I guess he starts life as a bear and then gets better.
Yeah, he breaks beasts. That's his job. Other cards of note for us would be like something like Dread Drone, which creates Eldrazi spawn, though it's the weakest of the cards that do
that's
it.
Probably the worst one. I mean, there is Spawning Breath in the pack. Like that's decent. And then you also have the Cub, 5/3 trample duder.
Cub's all right.
Stomper Cub is pretty good. He's a frigate.
I compared him and the Beastbreaker, I like the Beastbreaker slightly more though because of like how modal he works. Like for 5 mana, the Beastbreaker is a 4/4, and same as the Stomper Cub, and comes down a little earlier. Also, he's a buster. I think I'm gonna go with him just to stay on color. I like the spawning breath a lot, though.
Green ramp into green things. Okay. Well, this
Hide.
is all pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
Actually, the blue level up guy is really good. Not the Echo Mage.
No,
He's
no, no.
crap,
This
but
one here.
Skywatcher Adept is a real card.
Yeah, we have a number of cards in here that are just like, all right. Yeah, Skywatcher Adept is real. That's an interesting
Man,
way
is
to
there a
go.
blue-green deck in this format, though? Are we just not going to get any spawn tokens?
We could see how it goes.
I think the Skywatcher Adept is too good to pass.
Right,
is
like
the thing.
like the other choice, if we were ignoring it, would be something like Wall of Omens or like Prophetic Prism. And I don't want to pick Prophetic Prism this highly.
Yeah. I mean, if we were absolutely dedicated to the spawn plan, we could take Bramble Snap and have something else of use.
That's... He's just not as good.
No. I mean, he's good once you already have spawns.
Narled's still around. Snake Umbra I kind of like with this setup.
And Narlid feels late.
Yeah.
Also,
that too.
Inquisition of Kozilek is like a dollar. Like, what?
Like the card in real life Magic is something like Inquisition $1. Yeah, the card in real life Magic is something like 8 or something ridiculous. So
I know this sounds insane, but I think you can get more Snake Umbras, but I don't think you can get more Aura Narlids. All the removal is an aura too. Like, really.
That's fair. I agree with you. The Aura Narlid is the better choice. We already passed a Snake Umbra, and passing the Aura Narlid means we'd never see.
Right.
Okay.
So now we get a sample of every archetype.
Yeah. We have Narcolepsy to stay on blue if we
Oh
cared.
shit! I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I
Yeah.
love that thing.
Like that's a good choice here, but we also have a lot of like good black. Like Pawn of Ulamog is a really useful dude for the like ramp plan. Makes tokens. Gloomhunter's a fine creature. Last Kiss is like okay removal. Vindicator, he's the human dude who pumps all your guys. I like Narcolepsy.
So Narcolepsy then.
Yeah, I like Narcolepsy, but this is a good this shows off every other archetype in the format.
Even Vent Sentinel and Defenders. That's
Hey,
oh boy! I think we're in that deck.
Okay.
Also,
Also, the Narcolepsy's a pump for that. That is an aura.
Yeah, that's just the best possible thing.
Okay, so Gigantomancer might end up just being like a top-end dude, or maybe not even in, depending on what we do, but we'll go Aura Narlids and see where that leads.
It's honestly hard to end up with absolutely no ramp in Rise of the Eldrazi.
Right.
And Aura Narlid, honest to God, is okay on his own. Like, if you end up with no auras, that's still fine.
He is a Grey Ogre with a plus side. This is... I want to pick, like, the Umbra almost, just to... Like,
yeah.
Try to force people out of that. Nothing else really seems like something I'd want. Like, oh, Warmonger shit. It's okay. Oh, hey.
There's also the Ogre's Cleaver in this.
Cleaver. Ooh, man, Cleaver with Aura Narlid is something.
That just feels disgusting.
That is some sort of unreasonable right there. I like that idea.
Let's do it. Let's have a Cleaver
Yeah.
that belongs to Kaz, don't you know?
Ah, yes, it does. You can see.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing to note with Praise Vengeance is that the pump spells are a lot more powerful in this format because a lot of the removal is toughness based. Like, a lot more of it. So, like, Heat Ray is big, or Last Kiss at common. This isn't much of... I guess we could grab, like, Mr. Eldrazi Man over here, or a Naturalize for our board.
I kind of like Naturalize, especially with how good some of the totem armors are.
That's fair. Also, Hand of Emrakul isn't...
No, he's not where you want to be with a big guy.
What does this card actually do?
It makes the game go on longer. That's what it does.
Sure. A lot of this isn't terribly useful. Guess I'll grab Soul's Attendant, sure. Yep, we're kind of at the end of things. God, that tapper is so sad in this format. Let's grab the Luminous Wake, just in case. Sure. So we have a couple enchantments in white as well, if blue ends up being empty. Like, I feel like our green is strong enough that we're just... We're staying with that. Oh, hi! Okay.
Yes, a ramp spell.
Not just a ramp spell. This is one of the best ramp spells. It's like a fake soul ring.
Yeah, Tree Speaker is very good. I guess we're passing a third Aura Gnarlid.
Yeah,
Regress is absolutely bonkers in this
that
format.
would be something... Like, thinking between third Aura Gnarlid and Regress. But...
Yeah, we're not going to see anything
No.
in particular back from this.
Maybe the Basilisk if we're...
That wouldn't be horrible,
That would be
honestly.
fine.
That would be alright.
Yeah. And a couple other, like, red cards, like Rage Nimbus, really Mad Cloud.
Rage Nimbus, Warmonger's Chariot. Ah!
Yeah, we're picking the Tree Speaker.
It's actually legit hard to beat. It's kind of insane.
Ooh. Boar Umbra, that's a good Umbra.
Rumber is very good.
That is a super
God,
strong
I
Umbra.
think it's good enough to make us pass Ulamog's Crusher. That's just how good it is.
Yeah, especially with what we have going. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna want the Boar Umbra. We do want more things like Wave Watcher too, or like just creatures for early as well. But that can come later. This is too good to pass up. Other things of note, like anything we could see back. This is actually a fairly good pack here. Like, a lot of these cards are quite playable. Vendetta is a great removal spell. It's like the only... Outside of that one uncommon that gives you 2 Eldrazi spawn, it's the only, like, kill spell that just doesn't care what it's killing. It'll kill it. Teacher is very, very good. Teacher might actually be fine for us, but it's not coming back around. That sort of thing.
Ooh, you know what's an aura?
Sad, because sooner or later I want the Wave Watch, but yeah, this is definitely an aura, and it's definitely a really good one. That's a rare in M14, don't you know?
Yeah. Let's see.
That's it in this pack.
That's pretty much it. I mean, Wave Watch is still pretty fine.
Yeah,
Like, if we were looking at the same pack minus Domestication, it would probably be Wave Watch.
yeah.
I don't like the tree, the Jodi Life Strider.
If we actually had, like, the pile of tokens thing, I would want one.
Yeah, like a couple of Kozilek's Predators and Nest Invaders.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any of those.
Spider Umbra.
I'll take it.
We also have another Teacher. I think the Umbra is more important. Yeah, so we've got pretty good green going on. Okay, here we go. Now we can pick up some more useful blue things here. Hada Spy Patrol is a pretty good leveler ends up being a pretty good clock, especially with us having a couple Umbras we can throw on it. And
Ha! Throw Umbras on it, then give it
then
Shroud?
give it Shroud.
Oh,
I kind of like that out of here. Like
that's great. Yeah, Frostwind Invoker is probably the worst Invoker.
I mean, it's still a...
It's the best, like, body on an
Yeah.
Invoker, but its Invoke is not as great
Yeah.
compared to the other
So,
Invokers.
yeah,
Let's take Spy Patrol.
Go ahead
Sounds
and-
pretty good.
Speaking of invokers,
See, this is an Invoker I can get behind. Passable Pump is freaking bonkers.
I'm gonna go ahead and start kind of like resorting things here so I know what's going on. I don't feel like we're in white. Alright. Yeah, like this set includes many ways to use a pile of mana, even if you're like an aggressive deck that's just playing like a curve of creatures. Like you have these invokers, you have leveler creatures, you have a lot of just ways to use mana. Like Ogre's Cleaver is a good way to do that as well. This guy's one of the better ones. Ooh. I like seeing Distortion Strike here. Like, that's a trick we can use. And yeah, it's better than Lay Bare as far as, like, card selection goes. Also, Vindicator's really strong to see here still.
I think Distortion Strike is still the pick.
Yeah.
I mean, we can make our Aura Gnarlid even more unblockable.
Double unblockable. Yo, this is, nothing much here.
Ooh, pick the giant Onulet. Big Onulet, I guess. Let's see.
Yeah.
Golem.
That's gotta be a...
Mega Onulet. There you go.
Oh, it's Mega Onulet?
Mega Onulet.
Okay.
That's Inatu Golem.
Ah, and he's a piece of debris from the Inatu Temple.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Out of that opening pack, nothing came back here.
What is that green card?
Living Destiny! It is a 4-mana spell that'll gain you, like...
2 life.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Perfect.
That needed to be 4 mana. What is Guard Duty still doing here?
I think Guard Duty is the pick. Traitorous Instinct is the
super
other
weird.
card I would pick here. as
Yeah,
well.
that's Traitorous Instinct also makes you feel like a loser. You'll like cast this gigantic Eldrazi and they'll be like, ah, hoist.
Irresistible Prey is pretty good.
Well, it's not a blank, and that's kind of
Yeah.
important. I mean, Gravitational Shift isn't a blank either. That actually made it into standard for a while. Just for the
That did some
minus
silly
2.
things, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this guy could be just fine. It's, like if we get Beastbreaker going, it could just force good, like bad blocks, that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
No, I mean, it cycles.
Yeah, it also
fine.
just cycles. Ooh, look at all these cool cards. We don't care about any
Right.
of them.
Pick Harmless Assault. We don't want people having that.
Yeah, no fogs allowed. Gonna go ahead and grab...
My god, why is Death
Oh, no,
Cultist in this set?
Look, Demystify, that's gonna...
Yeah, we want to pick that, but why is Death Cultist in this set?
Don't know.
It's... Man, it's so weird.
Alright.
This is why I think that Rise of the Eldrazi is a failure in a lot of ways. I mean, it's fun and has cool stuff, but man, did they really miss the mark on the limited environment they were trying to craft? Ugh.
Well...
This is horrible.
This rare is actually... Funnily enough, this rare does almost nothing in this set. Most of the auras in the set already have Totem Umbra.
Yeah.
Totem Armor, so it doesn't...
Dude, like my contaminated ground.
Yeah, like, and 2 instances of Totem Armor doesn't do anything. It still destroys the
Right.
enchantment instead. Brood Warden, we could get away with as like a 4-mana 5/5 that we have nothing to actually, like... I don't think we have Eldrazi Spawn.
Yeah, well, we don't.
but we could get
What
some.
about Dreamstone Hedron?
Like, just
I mean, we already kind of have creatures. We don't have, like, big ramp.
big ramp, card draw. Yeah.
I mean, I hate to first pick it, but God. Oh, we have plenty of creatures. Get out of here.
We'll be fine.
We have 2 Oranarlids. That's like 1,000,000 creatures.
Another Boar Umbra. Hey, this is this is a big ol' Eldrazi.
There, that's all the creatures you need.
I mean, I still think I picked Boar Umbra here.
That's probably correct.
We do need creatures. We'll find some.
I don't think we needed Brood Warden. We needed a Kozilek's Predator. That would have been it in a heartbeat.
Oh, this is a...
Well, these packs don't have creatures in them, so there.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 3/5 man. Mammoth Umbra is a really dumb Umbra, by the way.
Vigilance. Ugh. God, do we pick the dogs? Not the Off a Guard Hound.
No, like
yeah.
3/5 dogs, not or like Leaf Arrow for the board.
Ugh.
I think dogs might just be.
Yeah, dogs. They call that a lizard.
As far as flyers, we have Spider Umbra. That's our answer.
That's our flyer. That's a pretty good one, frankly.
Yeah, dogs, creatures. Okay, hey, Skywatcher Adept is in this one.
There's also It That
Betrays.
Just one of the more stylishly named cards in Magic.
Cool. We can get. Also, we have flyers in the sense that we can just Skywatcher Adept their flyers.
Yeah, Skywatcher Adept is fine. More than fine, really. It'll crush dudes. It might be time to pick the teacher.
Yeah, we have, as far as levelers go, we have 2 Skywatcher Adepts, a Joy or Tree Speaker, Hada Spy Patrol, a Beast Breaker. Like, that
ain't bad.
That's a real number. Also, like, we're gonna need...
And he's a Grey Ogre. We can put auras on him. He can pick up the Cleaver.
Ooh, give him the Cleaver. Yeah, Spider Umbra would be the other card in this pack.
I have something new to teach you.
Oh!
What the hell is that?
I assume you're talking about this.
Ah, Unified Will. Okay.
Yeah, counter target spell if you have more creatures than your opponent. Other options, we have Crab. It's a crab.
Whoa, well, he has one more toughness than the Venerated Teacher.
And then we also have the Leaf Arrow. But I'm feeling just another guy. Like, we are only at 12 creatures. We're going to want more bodies, no matter how... This ain't a bad one, either. It's a crab. Crab's pretty good.
He's so bad, honestly.
I know he's bad, but we need... This is not a bad one, though.
Nest Invader is fine, though.
Nest Invader we can get behind. More use for this Gigantomancer up here.
You know what? I feel better about the crab now. Not in this pick, but I mean having one already. Now that you reminded me our first pick was Gigantomancer.
Yes, the Gigantomancer. Hey!
Hey! Eel Umbra is perfectly fine.
Yeah, okay. This, more on theme, this is actually a really useful Umbra if you can get, like... Sometimes you can, like, win a combat or save something from dying and then also give it Totem Armor. I keep saying Totem Umbra.
Because of how they named their cards.
Yeah, I know, because every card is Umbra, and... Oh boy, the Umbra Mystic. I guess I either like Lay Bear or Ancient Stirrings here. Ancient Stirrings is like fake mana fixing.
Yeah, we're really never casting either of these.
Yeah. Wow, this is a super late Caravan Escort.
It's a super late smite.
That too. Both of these are very
Goodness.
late white picks, which is strange. We've been seeing some good white cards out, but not a ton. I mean, maybe there have been more than I think.
Now, there are a couple of like high impact white cards, but not a lot of consistent
Right.
white picks. It's like, oh, look,
Well,
the Afagard Hound.
like this guy. That's
on.
a trade.
That's what you're picking. Holy shit! It wheeled.
I mean, I'm also stunned that this band's still here, but we are picking If That Betrays. And we'll pick as many harmless assaults as the game will let us.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing with... Yes, that Betrays is 12. That's expensive, but...
But we picked the Dreamstone Hedron.
We're also in a format where that's real. Like...
Yeah. You could actually cast 12 mana things in here.
Alright, well, let's get the Umbras, the R&R Lids, Nest Invader, Beastbreaker, Spider Umbra, Tree Speaker, Invoker, Gigantomancer, and then the blue, Teacher, Eel Umbra, Sky Patrol, Distortion Strike, If That Betrays. This is what our curve looks like. 13 creatures. We can throw in 2 more cards, and we have the Cleaver. Cleaver's fine. One more here. This is gonna be quick. We have dogs. We have 1 mana upgrade on dogs. Warmonger's Chair. We could like
We could main a Naturalize.
play card with cycling.
Ooh. That's not bad either.
Yeah. To be honest, our white, like... if we brought in white, we'd have 3 harmless assaults. There was a lot of white going around there, and it was very obvious that it was underdrafted at the end there. There was a late Caravan Escort, late Smite, and a super late Outrider, which is the Squire with level up. I think the cycling card is probably the best choice in here for...
And yet there's no Knight of Cliffhaven.
There were. I don't think we ever saw Knight of Cliffhaven.
Yeah, we never saw one.
No.
So whoever is drafting those is undervaluing Smite or something.
Maybe I'll just play dogs. This looks more like a rhino or something than a...
Yeah, it looks like a hippopotamus.
Yeah, hippo, that's better.
Not a lizard at all.
He's like a hippo on the head. I don't even know.
Creature, lizard. No, it's one of those illusion cards. The actual creature in that artwork is a tiny little lizard that you can't even see. He's just really... He's dangerous.
You can see him in the background. You see the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a snake that's gonna get him.
Yeah,
Lizard.
Let's go dogs. So we have a very good, like very solid early game going on here with like R&R Lid plus anything. Number the like Skywatcher Adept plus Boar Umbra is really good. Like that's a 5/5 flyer after a first level up. We also have like some good late game stuff. We have If That Betrays as our Eldrazi. Every deck in Rise of the Eldrazi must contain like a token Eldrazi creature.
Oh yeah, you have to at least get like Hand of Emrakul or some nonsense.
Yep. We are slightly light on removal, but that's part of the set, and also...
I think we're extremely light on removal,
we have
frankly.
Look, it's narcolepsy and domestication, sort of.
Those are all right as far as removal goes. And you're right, removal is pretty bad in this set, just in general. You have Vendetta, Heat Ray, Smite, and already we're into kind of questionable, like...
You also have, Guard Duty in white, which... Like,
yeah,
again,
Guard Duty is
we're already
okay, but...
There's Corpse Hatch as actual removal in black, but that's at uncommon. There's some Red Burn at uncommon. Like, there's Stagger Shock and things like that, but...
Yeah, Stagger Shock is pretty good. But you mentioned guard duty, but then they include Warmonger's Chariot in the set.
If we run
Like-
into the man with all the guard duties, we've got the answer. Forked Bolt, I believe, is that uncommon, Kavanaugh.
That is correct. God, Forked Bolt at common would be so sweet.
I remember taking too much time to locate those in my collection for that to be a common. Anyway, let's finish some lands. It looks like it's going to be like 9/8, slightly, like, towards green, obviously.
That's perfectly fine. We absolutely want to get Jiraga Tree Speaker online when we have it.
Right, but we also have, like, a number of blue cards that are very useful to play. Like, I would love to curve into Skywatcher on 2. But, yeah, it looks like the Suggestatron agrees with my math. Thank you, Suggestatron. Yeah, 10/7 is the other option, but that might leave us in the weird position where we can't cast.
Yeah, that's us never casting Domestication, and I mean, it's still possible to have terrible mana and everything.
Us terrible
Let's
mana?
see.
That never
Yeah.
happens.
So, okay, look at this deck. Would you rather have Broodwarden than Dreamstone Hedron? As it is.
It would pump one Nest Invader. I would rather have Broodwarden than name a Silt Lurker, but that's not the choice I have.
Yeah,
I mean-
I recognize.
Yeah, I think the Hedron is the right call for what we have going on here. Man, we also sometimes we just get to steal games with Gigantomancer. Yeah,
I think that's Rise. Sometimes you get to steal games with X, and then
with big old men.
like it's Pelakkalakkalakkalakka, or it's Ulamog's Crusher, or it's an Umbred up random dork.
Oh, we are the Umbred up random dork.
It's a freaking Halimar Wave Watch, which is definitely going to murder us.
Yeah, that's the one card I'm sad we're missing at common.
Like, honest to God, I think if we see the guy who has a bunch of those, we hard switch to planes.
Ooh. Yo, how's this look?
That looks excellent.
Like, we've got curve into men. We have choices on turn 3 of like Borumbra down, on like Spy Patrol. No, we would not like to mulligan. So yeah, let's bring it on down.
Also, our opponent has Forked Bolt and Stagger Shock. It's good to know. He probably should not let things live if he has the choice, and we should not present him with a Forked Bolt 2-for-1.
Yeah, playing the Spy Patrol on 2 might be like a super bad plan. I think I agree with you, just because we know Forked Bolt exists. I would love for him Inquisition me. Ooh.
Oh, well, guess the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, that's also pretty strong. If he chooses anything but Borumbra, I'd be very surprised here. Okay.
Yeah, okay. No surprise.
Nope. Hello. I'm feeling 1 then Oranarlid.
Yeah, what the hell? I mean, worst case, he has Stagger Shock.
He can't cast that off of what he has at the moment. Like, he can't, like...
Well,
end
right,
step it at
but
us. Yeah.
we don't have anything to make Oranarlid any bigger than what Stagger Shock can do.
I'm aware. We have Domestication.
We do have Domestication if our opponent ever decides to play a creature.
He may not. They're one of the archetypes... Oh, there's a creature.
Hey, we can actually level that up.
Yo, I think I'm gonna steal that. Yeah, that sounds good. Give me that.
Let's domesticate him.
Give me that.
That's one of the good black levelers. He gets Intimidate, right?
Uh, fake
Oh.
Intimidate.
He has fake Intimidate. Also, I guess we don't want to level him up all the way.
Yeah, the thing with Intimidate in this set is that due to Eldrazi being like colorless but not artifact, most of the instances are just can't be blocked by black creatures. Yeah, Cabinet's got it.
Great.
He is Vendetta-ing the R&R lid.
Oh, that's wise. You know,
Yeah.
if you got him, kill him, and all that. Ooh. Maybe our opponent will not cast creatures.
Yo, maybe our opponent will just Vendetta everything we play. However, his life total will not support that forever. So he gets Vendetta again. Okay.
He's probably gonna get it again.
Yeah. Alright, well... I think that means the best choice for us is actually level Zulaport Enforcer and get in for 4. Domestication is 4.
He can't kill Zulaport Enforcer with Vendetta.
Right, that's the idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Because right now, Vendetta, like, he will get to Vendetta. I guess I could also level the Skywatch Adept, but that's less...
Just to, like, make his Vendetta hurt him more.
Right. I don't feel like that does anything. And then we have to, like, get him to Vendetta the Crab before we play Spy Patrol. So... Yeah, alright. Level Zulaport Enforcer.
Yeah, either that or we somehow get enough mana to cast and level Spy Patrol up into...
Yeah, 11 mana? Sure.
Well, like we could draw an island and our Dreamstone Hedron and...
Yeah.
Okay, so he's...
Oh!
What?
Whoa!
He I guess he forgot how rebound works. Okay, well that's good for us, I guess.
So I guess the thing to note, this card doesn't target, so if he had just went ahead and played out his...
Oh, he wanted to cast the thing. That still is very foolish, I think.
I think I agree with you. Hi. Because I'm going to fly over for damage and then play another Skywatcher Adept.
Wait, how are you flying over? Oh, he gets flying on the first level. Never mind. Yep. That is fine. See, I forget everything about this set because there are so many facts.
There are many facts about this set.
Every creature is 3 creatures. Hooray!
Also, we do have a really cool trick up our sleeve for the end of the game. The Zulaport Enforcer is unvendettable, and domestication doesn't fall off till end of turn, so if we did need to fear, we could do it.
Yeah. Then again, he's the guy playing black, so...
But I mean, like, on this board, if I had 8, I would have just done that.
Right.
Emrakkul's Hatcher. Yo, buddy, that doesn't...
Wait, do we get to win?
No, he...
Oh, wait, no, we totally do.
It's 2 more levels to up a...
Oh,
Skywatcher.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about Zulaport Enforcer? How much would he cost?
8 total to get through.
I see.
Ooh. Nest Invader, you're a good blocker here. If we level up this Skywatcher Adept, he's going to Vendetta? I think we still do it. He's also on... He is very low right now. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and level up this Skywatcher to threaten 4 in the air and see what he does. Okay. How does take 4 in the air sound, buddy? You should have done that before I leveled my man.
Okay, our opponent does not know how to play with Vendetta.
Yeah, that was the second. That was the second time he cast it incorrectly. He's now at 1.
Like, he did that to get his Valakut Firebore out that he has not used.
Yeah, it has not attacked, and honestly cannot. I mean, it attacks, and it is forced to switch power to toughness.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, that's the game.
Here we go.
What do we know about our opponent? Heavy on removal?
Yes.
What does that tell us we might want?
That tells us that Totem Armor is just fine.
Yep.
His removal is the, like, absolute kind of stuff, so our Eel Umber is going to be the best thing that we have, and everything else that's just like a pump spell is not going to be all that great.
Funnily enough, if he's using Vendetta as absolute removal, like, our pump like that will be pretty good. I guess, yeah, Cleaver might not be that good against this man.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
it's not an Umbra.
Like, flip that with either Chariot or maybe, like, the pump spell proper.
You know what? Sure, Might of the Masses. That can be rude.
Well, like, we can just be rude to his Vendetta is pretty much the idea with that.
Be like, fine, you take this much damage. This is what your Vendetta costs you.
Okay.
He put us on the play? No, he didn't. Never mind. I can't see the little green haze.
So we're on the draw here.
Well, okay, look. Any land gets us Aura Gnarlid and then Boar Umbra, which he's just going to kill. But that's not the end of it.
No. This is fairly questionable on the keep. I think I'm still okay with it.
I think I'm okay with it, too. Again, any land turns on 3 cards in your hand.
We're also on the draw, so we have a large... Alright, you know, let's try it. We've kept worse hands than this over the course. We've kept way worse hands than this. Let me tell you.
I want to say those worse hands were in cube.
Okay, so he's
early Zulaport Enforcer. Boy, it would be nice to have our 1 removal spell.
Alright, so I kind of like this guy right now for us because of how the curve works. We're going to play Aura Gnarlid on 3, and if he chooses to level up his Zulaport Enforcer for tap out, then we Boar Umbra back. Then he dies. He has missed a land drop.
Ah, well, he's not going to be Vendetta-ing anybody anytime soon.
Well, you can Vendetta at any time. So.
Well, I meant to say level Zulaport Enforcer. Yes. I don't know why I said that other thing.
I'm going to hold the Aura Gnarlid as the final call here, because this Venerated Teacher...
Gonna bait out a removal spell?
Yeah, and if I don't bait it out, then I put Boar Umbra on it, and I'm just fine with it anyway. Also, like, the Teacher's not doing anything for us anymore. We've, like, even if we see levelers... Like, he is still a ton of mana even if we had 1 leveler, but... I'd rather have him bait out a removal spell.
Venerated Teacher looks so sad. What a sad man.
These got to deal with some pretty, probably annoying students and terrible Eldrazi's running around.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, so I'm going to.
Are we just going to attack? Virulent Swipe.
I'm going for the just run out of board plan at this point. I don't want to let our opponent have the option to 2-for-1 here. Flame Slash, hi there. Flame Slash is a real cool card.
Yeah, Flame Slash is pretty live. My god, it's like 1 mana destroy anything. It's kind of incredible.
Hi, Venerated Teacher. We're going to continue the attack. He also chose not to swing for his free point of damage there.
Great Ogre, go! Well, in case we dropped a hasty Vengevine or something, he wanted to chump that. I don't know.
Goblin Tunneler.
Oh my god!
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is throw out the Arnarlid and see if I can't... Actually, I could throw a Borumbra on the teacher, see what his response is. Or I could just, like, play the Arnarlid right now.
I mean, he's awfully far behind anyway. Like, we have to... I don't know what we have to do. I don't think we have to do anything. It's the weird part.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of just play Arnarlid, like, let's go, we swing here, play Arnarlid, and then see if he burns the kill spell immediately on it there. Because if he just burns a kill spell on it, sure, whatever.
Aha! Spawning Breath!
Spawning Breath, you've gotten me!
So, that was possibly the worst use of Spawning Breath.
He really wanted this Eldrazi token.
Whoa, why do they look like that?
That's not what I picture an Eldrazi token as. I know what an Eldrazi token looks like.
What the hell? They printed them. That's like an old school card frame.
Yeah.
What the...
Okay, man's got flame slashes for
Okay,
days. That's very strange.
I mean, I guess we could have suited up our guy.
I'm gonna suit somebody up here. Let's go ahead and suit up teacher. Cool, teacher is suited up. Let's go ahead and suit up no mana lurker.
Everyone is aboard.
Alright, cool. No mana silt lurker is suited up. Let's get in. Let's ask
You got us. You got rid of our Arnarlid. Good job.
Let's go ahead and ask hard questions.
Frigates.
This is the battlecruiser magic. The real battlecruiser magic starts here.
What is this? Valakut Fire? Oh, no, this is Swarm with Chump Blockers.
Yep.
That is so cool. I love Emrakul's Hatcher.
Okay, see, these are the ones I know.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. What the hell is Spawning Breath doing?
Yo, let's keep swinging. Did this just get through?
Yes. Join!
Yo! Sure.
Why did... He must have... Is there a blaze or something? There isn't. There's no, like...
Heat ray?
Yeah, but that can't get a player.
No, it can't.
Like, why was he protecting his precious Eldrazi spawns
He didn't
so
even
bad?
block with the Emrakul's Hatcher that could have just, like, chumped if he was... I don't know. Look, I cannot claim to know.
Hold on. Maybe he was the Raid Bombardment deck.
Maybe he planned to next turn, like, Traitorous Instinct and then try and kill us or something. I don't know.
Yeah. He was gonna Traitorous Instinct plus Raid Bombardment.
Like, maybe he was gonna play a big ol' Eldrazi next turn and it was gonna be cool.
Oh yeah, he was holding Kozilek or something. None of that makes sense. I feel like I've learned nothing.
I've learned that our deck is alright.
Hey, we just beat the guy who snagged every single removal spell that there is.
Yeah, dude had 2 Flame Slashes, Vendetta, and ways to recur them, but he didn't use them.
Vendetta Surreal Memoir is freaking...
God damn, we shouldn't have controlled a guy! Like, every single flyer I played should have been dead. DED dead. I don't know.
It's very weird. Anyway, Zulaport Enforcer is a very good man.
Yeah, that is, but that is also another like archetype in the format. Is just like it sometimes can include blue or disinclude blue, but it is like pile of removal where you have like flame slashes and vendettas and corpse hatch, and your game plan is generally to play some big Eldrazi at the end of the game to try to finish it out.
I could also see Surreal Memoir working with Regress.
Yes,
That's
that card
possible.
is one of the reasons blue is included in the generally in that, because regress in this format is very, very powerful. As we both shown on both sides, like top end threats are real, like 8 mana creatures are real. Regress makes you lose a lot of mana that you put into a leveler if you bounce one.
Yep. That can be like turns of effort.
Yeah, turns of effort. It can, there's a number of Umbras that we've shown. Many of them are very playable, and you just destroy them as well as set them back turns. So, yeah.
Well, that was kind of quick. Anyway, what's happening with our competition?
The competition, you say? Not a ton. I guess we have J Taco. Artex 00. Ndog 418. R Stefan. Our opponent there was actually J Taco.
I think we've taken down the best name already. It's kind of a shame. I could go for a J Taco. So,
Where do you get
wait,
those?
wait. No. You get them at the sushi bar.
Mmm.
Like it's like a JRPG, the J Taco. I've got it. It's one of those like light sushi wraps that doesn't have any rice in it because that's like too much gluten, or not gluten, but, just sort of like non-nutrition.
Yeah,
and it's much grain,
filling.
and so you have a very thin taco shell to hold into sushi, and that's a J Taco.
Maybe tacos A through I were taken.
Oh my god, they could form Clan Taco. Yo, your clan name should totally happen at the end of your name. I think that would be great.
Oh, Lucy. Hello, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy. We did well, apparently.
Yep.
I hate to say it, but I think we won because our opponent was not very good at Rise of the Eldrazi.
Well, I mean, we saw a specific 2 misplays with Vendetta in the first game. Straight up.
We did. And yet the card quality was basically there. Like, this is a competent drafter who just missed a couple clicks or something.
My best guess is that he's just not very familiar with the format and how, like, Vendetta specifically.
Or Rebound, really. Like,
right.
He's just like, oh, I get to have it again. Okay, I get my spell again. Wait, it's happening now? Shit, I want to cast my Firebore this turn.
Oh, I wanted my... like, Firebore isn't that,
Yeah, he's going to turn the game around with his Valakut Firebore.
That card is scary. Like, that is a card that fits very well into the Kiln Theme deck.
No, it fits well. Yes, because you get to put Distortion Strike on it. But you also get... That's why he had the Tunneler.
Right, because it attacks for 7 unblockable there. Yes.
You can tunnel it and then... I mean, that could have been... That's 3 turns right there. It could have been a legit vector to victory. Just did not have the setup for it that game.
Right.
And would have probably have gotten more mileage out of killing all of our creatures.
Yeah, probably could have just killed all our creatures and then everything.
Burying us under card advantage. Yeah. Just devastating. Like, Pawn of Ulamog is another way to bury people with card advantage.
Pawn of Ulamog is a super good creature. It it's the reason I like black in the ramp decks, because honestly the black cards that create Eldrazi spawn outside of the removal spell aren't that good, but that one specifically is very good.
He's very, very good. He also creates the, what's it called? Bloodthrone Vampire deck, basically on his own.
Yep, just alone. That is actually, right now, is a standard deck.
Whoa!
There's a man in M14 called Zathrid Necromancer who, when he or another human goes to the graveyard, he's Rotlung Reanimator, if you're familiar with that card. He creates a 2/2 zombie on him or another human going to the grave. So when you sacrifice something called, let's say, Doomed Traveler to your Bloodthrone Vampire, you get a 1/1 flyer and a 2/2 zombie, and then you have 2 more creatures to sack to your Bloodthrone Vampire. And so on. Yeah.
Then you cast Undying Evil on your Doomed Traveler.
Oh, God! Or, actually, most likely in that deck, you cast Orzhov Charm to bring it back. That actually is a play.
Yeah, no, Orzhov Charm is terribly legitimate, as you and I have discussed.
Yes.
That sounds like a fun deck. Maybe you should build that for next standard thinger.
Yeah, there's a Star City 2 weeks from now up in Minneapolis. I'm probably gonna make my way up to, if nothing else, than just to go.
Wait, can you still use Sorin, Lord of Innistrad?
You've got it.
I love that guy.
You've got it. The deck also, I'll have to link you the list, but the deck also plays, gets Lingering Souls for tokens, because that is a good token generating spell with both Sorin and Bloodthrone Vampire.
I mean, it's a
also good
spell
on its own, whatever.
Oh, lordy. Oh, you know what this deck needs? Gideon, Champion of Justice! Ah!
Oh my god, Gideon Champion.
He needs a big old poster of Russell Crowe Gideon to muscle shame me or whatever. Strike a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure pose on his
Where is it?
character art. Have a gigantic bonfire in the background of him like Richard freaking Garriott.
I will always love Beastmaker of Balagad just because he's super buff dude.
He is. This is the kind of man who needs no flavor text.
Yeah, no.
It's look, you know what I'm doing.
He's breaking beasts, and that doesn't mean he's taming. No, he's going to suplex them.
I will break you. Man. Oh, but seriously, a Johnny might actually be decent in that.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't make any guys, but...
However, flying Double Strike my Bloodthrone Vampire, get in?
Yes. See...
Okay, so just the turn play, the play order of turn 1 Doom Traveler, turn 2 Bloodthrone Vampire, turn 3 Ajani, flying Double Strike, sack, or sack is 10 damage. And then it next turn, yeah, that's it. I
mean, next turn you're out of gas, but you can rely on people to deal 2 damage to themselves at least.
Yeah.
I guess you have to contend with what's it, Dex? What is that lady called?
Liliana?
No, not that lady.
Olivia Voldaren.
No, the
Restoration Angel.
Nah, she's gonna come down way too late. I mean the one that Blood Tree
Burning Tree Emissary.
Burning Tree Emissary, yes.
You found it. The deck that you just get to go Burning Tree, Burning Tree, Burning Tree, here's another 2-drop, high.
Right. There are plenty of decks that do that, and they're all basically the same as one another, except they try to call them different things, and they're Burning Tree Emissary decks. So you have the one that's oh, I also play a couple battalion guys, and it's oh, I also play Flinthoof Boar and Gruul 4/4 Trampler Blood Rush guy.
Yeah. There's the ones that are like gruel colored. There is mono red, that the red green to play some red like 2-drop. Preferably what's the
Warehouse Chainwalker.
Lightning Mauler is the best one, I believe.
Yeah,
damage, in terms of just straight damage, if you go Burning
in
Train
terms of immediacy, maybe, but I don't think that people really like Lightning Mauler.
I think the one I do see is Fire Fist Striker.
Fire Fist Striker is terribly good. Because he's like, oh, look at this.
Well,
you can't block my shit.
Yeah, he nullifies the disadvantage you get playing that deck against like a Boros Reckoner. You can just ignore it. You don't deal damage to ignore it, you just do not let them use it.
If only there was a human that we could make die a whole lot. Although, honestly, asking for something better than Doomed Traveler for that is...
Yeah, look, we're already...
That is just so greedy.
Kill all the humans.
Or...
Go ahead and play the Bender deck. Here, let me... I mean, I've got another window here. Oh, man.
You know who would be really good there is the that guy that I said should not exist in Rise of the Eldrazi? Death Cultist or something?
Oh, just the sack.
Yeah, he's a human,
Yeah,
I think.
Is... Black humans. Wow, this guy only plays one Bloodthrone Vampire in the list. Blood Artist is another card that fits right into that.
Oh, yeah.
Gather the Townsfolk.
Yo, that could be like 5 people, though.
Yo, gather the townsfolk. Sometimes that's a lot of guys. Sometimes you make 5 of them. Yeah, okay, we have 3 done. We're waiting on 1 match. However, they're only in game 2, so...
Stalemates are very exciting! Welcome to Rise of the Eldrazi. This is Battle Cruiser Magic, which is why you get 60 seconds... 60 seconds? 60 minutes instead of 50 in these rounds. Those little baby rounds aren't big enough to contain the Battle Cruisers in Rise of the Eldrazi.
I'm just picturing 2 players with Dawnglare Invoker on both sides of the board.
Oh, Lord. And, of course, no removal. Like, Smite. It's the only removal.
I've been that person on the other side of like the man with Dawnglare Invoker and then realizing I have no way in the entirety of my pool to kill it. And by being that man, I mean we are almost that man right now.
Yeah, we can Narcolepto.
We can domestication it and feel like a champion.
If we miss our window to cast domestication on their Dawnglare Invoker, we're just ruined.
Yeah. Dawnglare Invoker and Dawnglare Invoker mirrors. Dawnglare Invoker, for those not familiar with the set, is a white and 2 creature. He is a 2/1 flyer that has the ability 8 tap all creatures target player controls. Preferably your opponent. I believe he lets you target your own guys if you really feel like it.
Yeah, to make Mindslaver good or something.
Yeah, target player.
Yeah. It's also a core wizard. That lady just learned how to fly.
Yeah, she just...
Wizards can do that. Like, I go on and on about how vampires don't really have any flavor and they can do anything just because they're vampires.
Wizards have less flavor.
Yeah, wizards are way worse for that. Which used to be okay because, you know, the game is called Magic, and if it doesn't make wizards seem kind of overpowered, then maybe they're doing it wrong. But now we have planeswalkers, which is what the game really wants to be named anyway, and I'll be damned if they don't like shut the whole damn thing down and rebrand it in a couple years and call it like Duels of the Planeswalkers, and then they get to change the card back to no longer have these throwbacks to the early 1990s.
Well, you don't like was it Duel Master? Is it
Deckmaster?
Deckmaster on the back of your card?
That barely made any sense, even when it did make sense. Ugh.
Yeah.
Deckmaster.
Deckmaster.
God, if I had known that it would take this long, I would have gone and made coffee already. But now I know that
Now
I've
we're
burned away the waiting time, and there's not a possibility for that. Goodness.
coffee.
It would be nice. Would be nice. I really wish they had actually gone through with the plan of printing Arabian Nights cards with a different card back.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking about how that was originally the plan, was to have these really like different card backs for Arabian Nights, and each expansion past that. Abyss Hunted, I don't know. Like Vampire the Masquerade might have been.
I think it was because I
under the
remember
Deckmaster brand.
I remember getting one of those, thinking that it was compatible with Magic the Gathering because it said Deckmaster on it.
Oh,
I was wrong.
because that was game number 2. Netrunner Original, I don't think was.
Whoa, Netrunner.
Netrunner is a card game that was created by Richard Garfield a long time ago that had a recent revival by Fantasy Flight. Actually, it might have been Deckmaster. Alright, you know what? I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bomb bomb.
Okay, yeah, Netrunner originally was released with a Deckmaster branding on it.
Hey, there you go.
I just went and...
You were also very close to the 30-second mark.
Oh! That's good. Yeah, I just ran downstairs because I know I have the original box somewhere down there.
Man, I found, when I was moving my things and looking through all my earthly possessions, I found an X-Files trading card game starter set.
X-Files.
Yes. And, I mean, I threw it in the trash because I should have done that years and years ago, but man. Like, this was... I guess this was the perfect stamp of the 1990s. Like, collectible card games as a
Check.
thing. The X-Files.
Check. Man.
Stupid product tie-ins for things. Like, all it needed was a big old Simpsons sticker on the outside of the packaging, and that would be just perfect.
That would be like the 90s in a box.
It'd be complete.
Yeah, so I guess they did release a number of games with the Deckmaster branding.
Yeah, even still,
I'm sure that just...
I lament that it is there. And it's clear that they share my lamentation over this.
Yeah.
With, you know, how they've released their... And basically any product that they can get away with it looking different.
Right, they have their own, like, slightly different looking backing they use for instance, sleeves.
Yeah.
Or any sort of, like, heck, Duels of the Planeswalkers sort of thing.
Yeah. It doesn't need to look like anything there.
Right. You are the deck master. That sounds like a '90s movie. Maybe
The deck master.
there was the Page Master, right? That had to be a '90s. That was a '90s movie.
That was a was a Macaulay Culkin movie.
Yeah, that was a Macaulay Culkin movie with like a bunch of like actual people voicing books.
Yeah. Page Master.
Oh my god. Jace, they're reprinting Jace. The Mind Sculptor. Jace the Mind Sculptor is getting another printing in from the Vault thing.
Oh, Lord. From the Vault mistakes.
It contains Skull Clamp and Jace the Mind Sculptor. That's about it. Maybe we can put Stoneforge in there too, right?
Yeah, there are a couple others. Let's see.
Yawgmoth's Will or
Yogg Will should probably go in there.
Memory Jar.
I want to say Necropotence, Memory Jar, and then other kinds of mistakes like Floral Spoosum, the card with AI. And, what else? Wood Elemental to tank the value of the product.
I'm trying to think of the most recent like cards printed with like actual misprinted text that needed to be errataed. The only one I can think of is a Boro Envoy. It was one of the Merfolk or not Moonfolk that had like pay to tap return or pay to return a land to your hand, and it gave.
Oh no.
Oh, Walking Atlas. And it gave -X -O until end of turn, but it forgot the until end of turn on the actual effect on the card.
Oh, good lord.
So as printed, wow, that was really good. Yeah, Walking Atlas would be in there too.
Yeah, Walking Atlas got an infamous misprint.
Yeah, from the Vault's mistakes. What other types of mistakes could you put in from the Vault's mistakes?
Cyclops Tyrant.
Don't
we have him in there.
Don't print that more. Don't.
It's like a poop joke, but in real life.
I can tell you there were a number of people playing Red at the pre-release at our store. None of them were playing Cyclops Tyrant.
That doesn't surprise me very much.
Yeah.
He is not very good.
However, at the draft I did last week, there was somebody playing a Cyclops Tyrant, and I was kind of depressed.
That's sad.
I asked him, why are you playing that Cyclops Tyrant? He said, well, I need a 3-power evasive creature. And...
You needed it pretty badly, I guess.
Cyclops Tyrant. Yeah! Mistakes. Rise of the Eldrazi. Isn't Bog Hoodlum's like a 4/1 that can't block?
Right, and they clash to get a +1/+1 counter or something.
Yeah. I feel that's a different type of bad. That's like Zephyr Spirit level of bad. Cyclops Tyrant isn't like Zephyr Spirit level of bad. It's insulting in that it was printed as a legitimate card. You know, I bet part of what really made me like Rise of the Eldrazi Limited a lot was coming off of Zendikar Limited.
Zendikar Limited was always blazing fast.
You played all your 2-mana 2/1s, and yeah, you could kill people on like 4 pretty easily, 4 or 5. Go ahead and get the plated Geopedes and Step Links at common on, and move in with those. This game's not going anywhere. They're still in game 2.
They have applied the stop the clock glitch.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Maybe their game was canceled.
Canceled! Maybe that cancellation will...
Oh!
What's happening? Did they just finish?
They just finished. Their game
Hooray!
The game was not canceled. Great. Good to hear.
Alright, let's wrap this up quick, and then I'm gonna brew some coffee.
That sounds good.
Let's wrap them up. Again, we fought the guy who had all the removal, and that was the only scary thing. Now we can go freaking nuts.
And we'll run into a different type of scary thing somehow. I don't know.
No, it'll be like 2 mana drop the Cleaver, 3 drop the Aura Gnarlid, 4 put a Aura on it, and 5 equip dead. Ha!
Dead. We just throw like a pair of totem armors on it. Spider and Boar or something like that, and then it's like,
right.
Let's see, Spider Boar would bring it up to a +4/+6. It would bring it up to a 10. No. Plus, it would bring it up to an 8/8. So yeah, swing 8 and then swing 13, and then our opponent dies. Cool. All right, I like that plan. Let's do that.
Yep. Let's have that.
The quad square. He is nowhere to be seen. Come on.
Is there a missing go button? It's like, continue. We will not continue until all of the players have pressed this button, including the ones who have been eliminated.
There we go. Okay. We are on the play. Yes. We are...
Hey, this is arguably better than our last 2 mana hand.
Yeah, because we have this buddy here. Yeah,
I vote keep, basically.
I'm in. No, we do not want to mulligan to 6. Yeah, we're good. I mean, we draw the 3rd land. This looks a lot better, but as is, we're still just fine. We can drop almost every card in our hand. So let's go ahead and get the Nest Invader going.
He'll drop you oldie Jiraga Tree Speaker, and...
Ooh, Kazandu Tusk Caller. Alright, we gotta be fast here. This one's scary. Alright, let's get the Aranarla down.
Wow, Narcolepsy doesn't even do it on that one.
Nope. That's not enough. We need speed. I mean, honestly, it's probably not leveling to 6, but however, it's still quite scary at... Oh, wow, we've been stopped by a crab. We have... Alright.
Hooray!
Ooh.
Oh.
Can we...
Oh, you wanna pull a deadly trick?
Yeah, I'd like to pull a deadly trick. Alright. We're going to pull a deadly trick here. And if our opponent just doesn't block, then I get to play the Cleaver. The Deadly Dance. Okay. So do we throw the Eel Umbra on Nest Invader, then?
No, I think we still put it on the Aura Gnarlid because we want him to go past
Oh,
elephants.
we wanted past elephants, right, okay. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And I'm not going to play the Cleaver this turn. I want the Eldrazi spawn around.
Yeah, to do things like wear the Cleaver.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Cool. Alright, and hopefully we see green next turn. I would like green for the Invoker. This is a good threat for us. This is a 4-turn clock. Wow.
Oh, good lord.
What's up? So this is active now. 3/3s are here and alive and well. Alright, forests are also alive and well. So our opponent's dead in 4 turns.
Can we put the Cleaver down and equip it next turn and increase our clock? That does increase our clock by a turn, actually.
I think we actually can hold off on that by 1 turn. Like if I play, let's say I play the Wild Heart this turn,
Okay.
and swing for 4. He goes to 12. Then next turn I swing for 4, put him to 8, and then play Cleaver. Next turn I'd be able to equip and swing 9.
Okay. I guess Wild Heart Invoker doesn't look as relevant in this world where there are lots of elephants.
True. I'd rather
Like if we already had a bunch of mana down and could threaten the Invoker's activation right away, then that would be one thing. I realize I'm banking on him not having narcolepsy or anything.
Right, like I don't know if I want to go all in there just like at the moment because we don't need to, and I'd rather build some form of a board just to prevent him from like crushing us.
Okay, I don't want to get crushed with elephants either.
Yeah, well, this
turn
turn-
Aura Gnarlid sideways anyway.
Yeah, that's not even a debatable maneuver.
Ooh, maybe he'll forget to make an elephant.
That would be good. Because next turn, if I draw a land, I can play Dreamstone Hedron, then Ogre's Cleaver off of Dreamstone Hedron.
Ah, that's true.
Which is a line of play I really like. Whoa, the Drake Umbra.
Yikes!
Okay, so that is a 5-turn clock for us. Also blocks our Aura Gnarlid at the Mo. So I'm going to take 3. I think he's going to use it to block. Funnily enough, that pumps Aura Gnarlid. Oh, no. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to
No fear.
take the hit. Okay.
And a blank. Well, he has an elephant in the hopper.
Yep.
So,
I guess this turn is just Ogre's Cleaver in for 5 and cross some fingers. He has no answer to us.
I guess so.
Yeah. Because if he has no way to deal with that, he's dead. So let's go ahead and just play the Cleaver, and I will block with everything but the Eldrazi spawn to try and kill him.
The elephants are here. Kazandu Tuskcolor is kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. This is a rare. It is a very, very good one. Piles of 3/3s. We are the deck that can't deal with it very well, so... Alright, so I have to block, like... affect it, like, as much as possible here to avoid death. We're all in on the plan, is basically what I'm saying. If we don't win with the plan, we're not winning. So
Okay, sure.
block. Because if he had if I only blocked one and he had the Might of the Masses, we would die.
I think if he has Might of the Masses, we're dead anyway, huh?
Nope.
4, 9... Oh, never mind.
Nope.
Okay.
It's close, but not dead.
Yeah, you could get us to 2 with that play. If he made the elephant first.
Okay, Champion's Drake doesn't block.
Oh, please keep leveling that up. Okay, awesome.
Alright, does he not know he's dead? Hello. The plan.
Hello! He picked it up in his teeth.
Alright, I found the way to beat it. That's good. Okay, so...
Well, it's a fair guess that your opponent is also as removal light as we are.
That's true. Man, domestication sounds horribly strong here.
Oh, you know what sounds good? Actually? Yes!
Yeah. Force that Kazandu, because before it's leveled up, if we just force it to block any old man, I will take that trade. What's our man that comes out then? Looking at cards. I don't want to take out the Cleaver. I feel like that's actually a really strong part of our plan.
The dogs?
Yeah, the dogs is the card I'm looking at. That seems fine.
Like, remove our worst creature for something.
Alright.
Like, yes, he can block elephants, but that's only one card. Like, the Drake Umbra is a bigger problem,
I
basically.
guess we could take out If That Betrays, but nah.
No way!
No
You can't take
way.
that guy out. He goes in the land pile because he is colorless.
Yep, he is hiding over here. Hello. Alright, we're good. That was a good way of defeating him with the Aura Gnarlid plan. It's good to know that he's going to be very removal light. He's also on 41. 41. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ah, the question. How badly do you want
Do you want to
Turnwood
live forever?
Free Speaker? God, this hand is so good.
Who wants to who wants to live forever?
Look at all these awesome cards we get to play.
I'm doing it.
Let's do it. Draga Tree Speaker, I believe. I'm gonna draw the island and be like, we're so good.
Yes! Yeah!
Good enough.
We're fine. We have no... Alright, look at this. Look at this powerful play. We even get to drop the, there's his Tusk Caller. How cool.
Oh, ew. Oh, hey, maybe we'll draw our Irresistible Prey and make a trade of a different kind.
I would take the trade, too, but no. Well. Also, hi there. Let's get this down fast, shall we?
Welcome to die!
Yeah, we've got the power here. Worst thing that he can do is Venerated Teacher. That's not Venerated Teacher, so I'm okay.
I'm absolutely astonished that he didn't just level the goddamn Tusk Caller.
He's gonna double level it next turn.
But elephant. Like right now, an elephant. That's a little awkward.
It's fine. We have...
I think Aura Gnarlid is still the play, huh?
I could play Nest Invader and then, like, eat the token to play Aura Gnarlid to get another man on the board.
Hmm.
I think that's fine.
I don't like that play as much.
Okay.
And I think we're gonna ultimately want... Like, we can just do that next
yeah,
turn
I
with
guess
Aura Umbra if we don't draw a land.
That's fair. Okay. I'm going to tap Tree Speaker there, and here comes the Oranar lid, and alright, so we are... I would like Island.
Island would be P good.
P good. White! Whoa!
Oh no! Watch out for lights.
Well, he ain't blocking Oranar lid. Alright, so Tuskcaller is now active.
Oh, it requires 2 levels to do the. Okay,
Yes,
that
yes.
makes more sense. I thought it was 1 level, and I was like, God damn, that is an efficient thing.
Borumbra, Eelumbra, all-in plan? No.
How about equip attack?
Equip attack is a good
I think
one, too.
I think equip attack, and we can kill him next turn.
Let's see, yeah, equip attack is 7, and then Borumbra, Eelumbra is +6, which, is lethal. Okay.
I guess you could do that in either order.
This way, if he has, like, narcolepsy or something, we don't lose the Umbras.
That's true, yeah. If he has the 1 removal spell that he could possibly have.
Man, Aranarlid, how you doing?
So sick.
This is a nuts. Our opponent.
That's pretty brutal
That's a pretty
interaction.
brutal interaction.
I agree with you. You are correct, Mogliny.
He forgot to make an elephant.
Oh man, we crushed his mind.
Also, he's dead.
He's dead. That's
What?
awesome.
Heh.
Oh my god. Oh, you didn't target the...
No, I'm not.
Did you target the tree... Okay, it looked like you had targeted the tree speaker.
Oh, no.
And I'm like,
Oh, God,
Jens,
don't make those mistakes again.
you found a way to lose. Oradarlid, pile of auras.
You know what this feels like? This feels gruel.
Gruel! Yeah, that's what we need. Fido burst on Oradarlid.
Let's make him armed and dangerous.
Yeah, oh my god. Alright, well that was pretty quick. I'm gonna make coffee.
Yeah.
Woo!
Aranarlid is a master. I mean, I could have flashed the Eelumbra, but I'm not. I'm not gonna. Yeah, we're fairly blue-green gruel. That's pretty close, pretty standard. But yeah, Aranarlid is a very, very scary man in this format, just due to the fact that if you let him get a Totem Umbra, he's unkillable, and he's hard to kill already in the format, so... Also, that Kazandu Tuskmaster is a buster of a creature. She's powerful. She commands elephants. Tuskcaller? I'm gonna go with Tuskcaller. Anyway, I'm also going to go grab a drink, so be back in like a minute here. All right. Returned. Yeah, the other match is still on game one. Ours finished lightning fast for this format. Like, most of the time, the matches in this format are much slower due to just the curve of what creatures exist, board stalls being a little more likely to happen, that sort of thing. Super. Yes, I guess that is super great. The only queue that exists for Rise of the Eldrazi is the 4-3-2-2 queue, which means that winning in the last round will get us 4 packs, while losing gets us 3. Which is great. It means we'll have 3 packs sitting around at the least for the next draft. What else do we have going on? Hello, No Mitten. Looks like you've made it for the end of draft 1. For No Mitten and those also just joining, we're playing Gruul. R&R lid. What we're actually playing is green-blue R&R lid sort of deck. Lightning fast. Also, Georgia Tree Speaker is insanely unfair card to play with. Hello, V Prisoner as well. Yes, we are. I will be drafting again after this one. We have at least 3 packs from the finals here. Then we also have time. But yeah. Cool. Right now we are in the downtime of the draft. We won our match very, very quickly. Our opponents just finished up game 1 using about half of the game time in their match, which means we might be here for a little longer. That's fine. Looks like everything's doing all right. Look, there are many, many good plans you can use in Shadowmoor Eventide. We got a taste of some of them in the older drafts where we did those. I should better prep for this time. Oh well. Okay, so V Prisoner, the way I guess playing and tapping lands works is that you're able to play one land a turn, and you're allowed to like tap that land to cast spells at any point. However, spells themselves have different restrictions on when you can play them. For the most part, with a few exceptions, you can only play spells during your turn. During the main phase, like creatures, sorceries, enchantments, that sort of like. There are instants and cards with flash you can play at any point. Your opponent's turn, end of their turn, beginning of your turn, before you draw, after you draw, any point during the turn. What else? The way spells resolve, if you're familiar with the computer science idea of a stack, first in, last out, when a card is played, it goes onto the stack. Both players then have a chance to respond to that card with any sort of instant effects that they have. If they play an instant card, that card goes above it on the stack and will resolve before the other card. I'll try to kind of explain more once we get into another game here. Which looks like it's happening soon. That game finished up. I'm sure Kaz will also be back pretty soon here. Finishing up getting coffee. But yeah, feel free to ask anything you'd like. I can try and explain anything that you want to know. J Taco there was our first round opponent. Yeah. Am I a judge? I guess not technically. I am the tournament organizer for our local events and a rules advisor, but I don't actually have a... I'm not actually a judge as far as what the actual term means in Magic. People call me a judge a lot. Well, Kaz is not around. I do not need Kaz around to know that this is a really, really, really good hand. And we are keeping. We'll go ahead and roll with it. Tree Speaker lets us burn out things like Wild Heart a lot quicker. What was our opponent on white? Okay. So. Tapping lands is not the only means of getting mana, but is the most common. So looking at, let's say Wild Heart Invoker here. Wild Heart Invoker's casting cost up at the top is a green symbol, and a 2, which means it costs 2 green mana and 2 mana of any color. 4 total. For the most part, lands will be the most common to produce that. But Tree Speaker here also can tap for mana.
I return.
Oh.
I see that our round has begun.
Yes, just explaining some things quick for V Prisoner while he was asking some questions.
Oh, cool.
If you look at our hand that we currently have here, remove the forest and you have our opening 7.
That looks like an extremely good opening 7.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not for, like, killing, but, I mean, 2 land and Tree Speaker is pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, he's got the Vendetta.
Yikes.
And he knows how to use it. Okay.
Well, he's not going to have any fogs. We saw to that.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's 3-color, too. There's the Knight of
Ah,
Cliffhaven.
the Knight of Cliffhaven!
Ooh. Okay. Well, we get to curve in here. We get to go ahead and play.
Do we want him to invest mana in something before we steal it?
Yeah.
I mean, you have the 2 removal spells that our deck contains.
Right. So right now, I'm just going to be casting creatures and forcing him to like commit real things to this board. Yep. So he's going to go ahead and level up the Knight. That ups it to a 2/3 flyer. Which are
For which we get to trade back and forth, I guess.
and a Caravan Escort.
Okay.
That's not really huge. So yeah, we just get to go ahead and trade in. If he makes a... I mean, if he starts investing more in the Knight of Cliffhaven, I can just go ahead and, like, Narcolepsy it. Or maybe even Domestication it.
He does have to get to 4 counters for that.
He's going in on it.
Oh boy. He wants his Sarah Angel.
However, he missed a land drop, which means next turn he can't double level.
Also means he couldn't level Caravan Escort this turn.
Correct. Ooh.
Which I'm pretty sure he would have done.
We also have a good... Oh, man, look at this combo here.
Oh boy. Do we do that right away?
I think I just play Spy Patrol and then level it once. And then next turn Venerated Teacher to, like, sneak it down.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
So...
we also get to attack at the same time, huh?
And then next... Actually, next turn's Domestication. That's a certainty, actually, at this point. Oh, he's smiting. Nuts. Okay. So actually I think Spy Patrol plus Teacher is the better play.
Let's do it.
Because that means the Teacher, like, produces a free 6 mana when it comes in. That's pretty cool. So yeah, next turn, if he levels the Knight of Cliffhaven again, we just go ahead and Domestication it, and then all of our problems are gone.
See, I never saw the Venerated Teacher as producing mana. I saw all of the level up guys as having abilities that cost too goddamn much.
Oh, Forked Bolt, no. That's strange.
Wait.
Do I care to trade with Caravan Escort?
I mean, this is an opportunity to do so, and I think that's pretty good, actually.
This is a narcolepsy, not
What-
a...
What could he have?
I'm trying to think of, like, a first strike trick in this set. Yeah, I'm just gonna block.
Yeah, I don't think there is one. I think we get to just make a trade.
If he has a trick, I'm happy to learn what it is.
Yeah. No, just felt like attacking. Oh, that's his trick. He had a squire.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and steal this guy now.
I like that plan. Let's domesticate him.
Now, we have to be careful leveling him anymore.
Right, only for the kill.
Only for the kill. Also, this Boar Umbra has to be carefully applied as well.
Yeah, probably in the same turn as the kill. With
Oh, no! It's Drana! Okay,
Okay.
well, let...
I don't think we're winning this
Yeah,
game.
Okay, so those unfamiliar with Rise of Eldrazi, there is this rare that's on the other side of the board called Drana.
Colostria.
Colostria, yeah, Colostria Blood Chief. This card is insane and pretty much means that this game is over. I can't domesticate it, I can narcolepsy it, but it is repeated kill.
Yeah, I mean, everything that we have is dead forever, almost.
I'm going to... I have to, like, just go all in here. I need to... Narcolepsy Drana. Don't swing with Knight of Cliffhaven. And do this.
Now, Boar Umbra on the crab is going to still be kind of hard. Like, he has to gin up a lot more mana before he can kill it with Colostria.
But he can block it with the Outrider.
Drana.
Like, the Outrider can block
Right.
it forever. Alright, so... I'd always yield to that. So the Knight of Cliffhaven is more than likely just going to fall here. Oh, no, actually, he needs to... level up the Outrider.
Oh,
Okay.
Shields up.
Well... Alright, what are our choices then? There's no... Like, I could level up the Knight to full and get 4 in, but that's...
No, I think we have to make it 2/2/4 if we're going to try for that.
Yeah.
And attacking with the crab is pointless.
So let's just attack for our 2.
Yep.
Knight is not dead now, but Knight is dead whenever he chooses. Or whenever Drana chooses. What are our big outs here, then? Well... I know our biggest out.
Aura?
Our biggest out. Ooh.
That's actually pretty good, frankly.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and swing and see what happens here. Both creatures. I want to see what his choice is. So yeah, at this point, I just go ahead and armor up the crab.
Sure. I mean, that's how our deck has to play, right?
Right. Like I could armor up the knight, but yeah, we armor up the crab.
That sounds really questionable. I mean, that's he would Colostria in response.
Right.
Drana, I guess.
Yeah, Colostria. I keep thinking Colostria Highborn, but that's not that.
Right, right. That's a different and better card. Well, better in the abstract.
All right,
Drana
so-
is definitely more powerful and limited, and the kind of thing that you want to first pick and then
Right.
play if at all possible, which is why our opponent's deck is awful.
It's colored.
We're like, come on. That's a greedy mana base, sir.
All right, so right now we do kill in one. Wow, the crab bro is all up in this game.
6/7 crab. What?
What? What do you have for our crab? Nothing.
He could just have a creature. You know, he can play that game.
He needs to get to a lot of mana to actually kill off. He dies in one hit to it, so he needs to block it.
Yeah, he was drafting like a red-white levelers deck, and then got to get a Drana out of his second or third pack, and he's like, oh, you know what? Okay.
Or a Gnarlid. This is really strong here. It's a 5/5. That's outside of Drana range.
Oh goodness, that's awesome.
So let's go ahead and swing with our Abyss. The Abyss eats a creature.
Yeah, taking a leveler off of him is pretty good.
And then we just go...
I mean, taking a creature off him is pretty good when he has the guy that pumps everybody.
Yeah, Drana only gets toughness and pumps herself. So at this point, he does have enough mana to kill off Aranarlid on the attack. However, he's going to have to throw Kabira Vindicator away as a chump blocker. So here comes the Drana kill on Aranarlid. And this leaves him again with no blockers. So he needs to draw... He's in a very strange spot, because he needs to draw 2 lands to kill the Scuttler, but he also...
He made a big mistake. Choose which replacement effect. He did it on Jwari Scuttler.
Oh, I used the...
Smaller one?
Yeah, the Eel Umbra. Choose Eel Umbra Totem Armor. Yeah, okay, he just conceded because he realized he made a mistake. Okay.
By the way, Totem Armor is kind of ridiculous.
I'm just sitting here like trying to think like what the heck did he just do? But no.
No, he murdered himself. No, Drana is a huge problem, and I'm glad we could beat her.
Yeah, that's nuts that we actually took that game. What do we want? Do we want to bring in like the counter spell? Is that something we want?
Well, honestly, with how bad his mana is, it should be super obvious when he's going for her.
Right.
If you absolutely want to deter Drana. I don't know that we have to, though. I mean, if you put in the counterspell, put it in because of his removal. You know, that's a free counter to his timely removal spell.
No, Bitten, you saw all of our removal in that game. I'm just going to let you in on a secret. We don't have a real way to kill Drana.
Oh my god, this guy was just full of domestication and narcolepsy.
Because the
always had it.
The Lurker is the one I don't like in here at the moment. Yeah. That out and like either the pump spell or lay bare.
The pump spell is going to be kind of bad. Like he had Vendetta, he had Smite.
Okay, that's right. Let's go with the counter then. And leave it as is because I just don't think this guy's terribly relevant here.
Honestly, if we can get our Shroud guy to work, he's going to be the best possible thing.
Right. That is a. So we'll have to...
I mean, I recognize that is a heavy mana investment in a single turn. But...
Also, for anybody that wants Smite in here, I'm just going to let you in on a secret. We're not blocking Drana.
Right. That's never happening. I like this hand.
Wow.
Oh my god.
No. Also, he took the... Wow, this is a fast hand.
Oh man, I want to see Dreamstone Hedron.
Do I level